How's it going, everybody? My name is Pumpernickel Wonton, and welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Let's Play series. Hope you guys are all having a good day so far. I'm doing pretty good myself. I've just been working on a couple little projects around the base, tying up some loose ends, getting things ready to move on to whatever our next project is going to be. So, I ran through here and saw that I dug out the hole for this pathway leading out to the river here and never filled it in with coarse dirt. So, let's go ahead and get some of this filled in here first, probably. I don't know. There we go. There's a boulder on the side. I'll do that for a bunch of different spots through here, but first I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I've been doing in the village, because a little bit has changed. Nothing too crazy, but there's been a little bit of change. So I started off by a lot of the glass around here was just white stained glass panes, and I wasn't liking that look too much, so I replaced all the glass around here with gray stained glass panes. Let's see, over in the Blacksmith area here, which this is probably one of my favorite builds, mostly because it's got a lot of utility along with it too. Nothing really has changed out here. I'm kind of tweaking and moving light sources around, but that's about it there. Moving up here, I think I'm starting to settle on calling this place Old Town. Maybe I'll change it if a more inspired name comes to me, but for now it's Old Town. This is the smeltery. Open the door here into a little like entryway of, this is where I imagine there being like customers or people who want to come talk to the blacksmith here, and then this is where there can be like an item drop off and pick up for a business or something. I don't know. I'm kind of this room right there is not 100% thought through, but I've got that's right, a little book for orders and requests. That's right. And then up here, I finished his bedroom, which I'm pretty happy with so far. He's got his bed with a little nightstand over here, candle on the nightstand. It's his wardrobe for, whatever, if he needs to get dressed or whatever. And then some bookshelves, a little reading chair. Got his ledger up here with a chest where he can put all of his important, valuable stuff, business related. Maybe he locks that chest, I don't know. And I was kind of bored the other night and decided to go through here and just write a couple little bits, which now I'll probably, like, if I want to add to it, it'll be like, orders. We have one from, Smith requests, I don't know, 40 iron. And just, that kind of stuff. Which is fun. It's just a way of kind of like being creative with the world and keeping a story flowing. I don't know that I'll necessarily stick with that constantly, but it'd be fun to, a year from now come back here looking through everything and I see it and I'm like, oh, that's right, I did do that. So there's that building that's changed a little bit. I told you I've been putting the glass panes in, a couple little tweaks with like flowers in certain spots. I'm imagining something for here, maybe a little garden or even like a small little pond or something. I don't know. That's the majority of what has changed so far. I'm getting close to the point of feeling like this village is done. I would like still a couple little decoration bits and bobs in the areas where there's nothing really going on. Up here could use a bit of a work through. All that I've got so far, I've got this bench there. Over in here, I made another little bench with like a little walkway. I'll still need to apparently move these bushes around because I thought that I made it a sturdy walkway all the way through here to kind of imagine like, hedges and stuff like that, where it's like you just go and pace around and think about life. We've got their like mead hall, their inn room or whatever, with the entrance to the basement down here where there's going to be an apothecary set up. We've got some just random displays and tables for people to meet at. I'll put some armor around here, a little wizard's enchanting spot back here. So it really is getting down to the point of like, what else can I add to this place that would be like substantial other than going through and finishing out a couple of projects? Something I've not really talked about too that I just realized, I've put mushrooms around all over the place. In my plan, it was this village is like originally episode 1 or episode 2, I talked about wanting this place to feel like a little fairy grove, to feel like it's like creatures of old who have just lived here for years on years and centuries, and they've built up their own little village here. The plans have kind of changed away from that, but a part of like trying to hold that original vision was putting these giant mushrooms around to almost act as if they are trees. But, you know, maybe I could add a couple more mushrooms here and there, or maybe I'll get rid of them. That's something that I'm still trying to decide for myself. If you guys have any ideas on that, if you have, you know, opinions on whether or not you think the mushrooms would work or not, let me know, because I'm totally open to suggestions there. And walking over here, we've got the entrance to our zombie cave down this direction, which Endermen like to put blocks along the way. And also, apparently, there's a mushroom growing somewhere nearby here, because there was only one of those last time I checked, and now there's all 3. So we've got the zombie spawner over there. Let's walk back this direction over to the lumber yard. This was our original potion brewing stand. I like the structure, but I'm trying to think if I could use it for anything else. A map feels kind of silly to have just out in the open here, so I'm trying to imagine what could potentially go there. Maybe I'll put like a traveling merchant cart there or something like that, to make it just look like a little shop out in the open area. Then we can walk down this way, and we've got our cleared out lumber yard with some trees that are chopped down waiting to get taken away. Got some trees held down over here. They've been sitting here for a little while, so they're getting a little mossy. I've got these bees nests. I'm thinking I might want to try and put a bee farm around here somewhere. I feel like that could maybe fit. Maybe not right in the lumber yard, maybe tucked away in this corner back here. There's a couple little openings. I feel like a beekeeper would be on the outskirts of a city anyway. Somewhere where they can have some peace and quiet to manage their bees and a little bit of space and whatnot. So maybe I'll put a beekeeper area over here, because I could use some wax and whatnot for, you know, candles and copper and everything. Also, I just checked it, and I hadn't looked for a few hours, but within those few hours, we hit that 100 subscriber mark. Woo! Heck yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It had been creeping up, and I figured, you know, last video didn't get uploaded within the last, like, 5 days or so, so probably no more subscribers, but you guys, you pushed it over. You got me to 100. You're awesome. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. I'm glad that 100 of you have been enjoying these videos enough to subscribe to the channel and want to see more of them. It's amazing. You guys rock. Thank you so very much. You stick around. I've got more stuff to come. I've got ideas I'm plotting and planning. And speaking of ideas, I think I've got an idea of what I want to do today in today's episode. But before we can do that, I'm going to harvest up some of these fields. I haven't been harvesting these enough. We need to get some of these fields harvested. So tell me if this doesn't make sense, but I feel like land like this wouldn't have wheat really being planted. I feel like it would be mostly the carrots and potatoes. Just judging off of, like, you know, the landscape and also the type of village this is, I feel like if there were gonna be an area for wheat, it would be like off in the distance where there can be giant wheat fields and whatnot, and then that wheat place have its own like, what do they call it, the grindstone for the millery or something. I'm pretty sure it's called a mill. Yeah, a flour mill. So I think I'm gonna replace all these with the carrots and potatoes rather than replanting wheat down. And there we go, one fully replanted carrot and potato farm. It's all carrots and potatoes now. No beetroot, no wheat. So today what I'm thinking is we are gonna go build that bridge over at the like by the ranch connecting to the village. So I'm grabbing up a little bit of stone. And let's take a little jog over to that bridge there. Come here, pony. This guy needs a name too, by the way, if you guys have a name for him. I'm not good at naming things. Clearly, this place is called Old Town, so, give me a horse name, please. You would love it. Alright, end of the path here. So, the ravine that we want to build a bridge across is right over here. I need somewhere where I can justify there needing to be a bridge, because otherwise, why not just run around there, right? Like, I could make a pathway just kind of connecting through there, but I feel like a bridge would be really cool. So I'd like to build a bridge. Maybe right over here, but that's a little close to the sheep farm. I guess it could... a pathway could kind of like wrap around this fence here for just a second. Coming around here, maybe even staying close to the fence on purpose. Pass around here. Okay, yeah, I think that could be a cool idea. So we'll have a pathway coming up through here. It'll lead up around this direction. And then right here, there can be a nice little bridge connecting over across to the village there. So I'm thinking for this bridge that I would like to have it go up a little bit here. It doesn't have to go up a crazy amount. And then over a little bit. And then, how did I do the curve on this side? So it was a stair, into a flat slab, down, and then a stair. Okay. So we go stair is where? We're gonna go stair into a flat slab, and then go from down and a stair. Then we can connect this over this way. Let's go take a look at what the shape of that's gonna be like. It's not bad. Oh, well, there's some blocks in the way of the view. And I'm gonna do some probably underbelly kind of like decorations. I'll connect it down a little bit and make it look like it's an actual sturdy bridge. But I think that's gonna be an okay shape. I think I'm alright with that. So let's go ahead and get it going over to the side a little bit, get it spread out. A little something like that. Okay, perfect. So next step is figuring out the edges here and what I want the like wall siding to look like, and then how I'm going to connect it down to the bottom there. I want to say oak, but I don't have any oak on me. Maybe I need to go get some oak real quick. Did I ever show this tree, by the way? I'm not sure if I showed the tree. I built a tree. I'm not very good at building trees yet, but this is like my first attempt at... I built like a nice little ranch tree. Yeah. Just in case I didn't show you. I don't know if I did. Anyway, I'm chopping down oak trees. Hold on. So I'm thinking for a lot of these areas, what I want to do is basically just have oak logs coming up just above the railway, specifically at spots where, like, either right at the curve or right before a curve. Let's see, how did I do that there? 2 blocks between, so one here, and then one there, and then there, and... kind of floating here, but I'm going to try my best to make it look like they're connected. They're not supposed to be the supports that are holding the bridge down. They're supposed to be the supports that are holding like the walkway canopy over the top of the bridge here. So it doesn't have to be touching the ground, and also it's my Minecraft world. It doesn't have to be realistic if I don't want it to be. Now I'm thinking for a couple of these, maybe particularly the ones in the middle, I'm going to want to bring them up a couple more blocks and have it connect over. That way it kind of turns it into like a tunnel-ish sort of feel. Man, I'm out of wood again. Oops, I made some bees angry. Whoops. I don't want to have to kill them. What do I do? I don't know what to do. I've got it. Okay, he stung me again, but now he's not angry. Yep, I'll take my lumps. You be free and happy, bee. I'm sorry I did that. Alright, okay, it's coming together. I kinda like that, but it feels like it would need something more. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I think I'm liking that. Maybe I'm gonna do the whole thing covered, so I'm gonna do that same rooftop bit on the other side here. See what it feels like, because walking through here, that's pretty cool feeling. I like it. What do you think about it? You like the bridge? Okay, well, build it yourself then. Okay, bridge and bridge covering is complete. I might end up changing it around. I say that with everything. I'm an indecisive creative person. Like, I feel like I've got creativity, but I can never make that like, oh yes, this is it for sure. So I always gotta say like, oh, okay, maybe I'll change this, but I don't know. For now, this seems like it is pretty close to being good on the roof component. Now I've got to figure out how I'm gonna do the walls for like making sure people don't fall off, and then how I'm gonna stabilize it and connect it to the bottom here. Maybe something like that could work out from the inside and look okay, where I just bring the stone up a little bit on the outside edges and put some fences up just to make sure, you know, it's safe, nobody's gonna fall off of it or anything like that. Alright, and I think that might do it. I connected the logs both on the sides here and underneath, if you can see that. I did a couple little finishing touches of making sure all of the stone here was uniform and looked good and fine. Did that on both sides, obviously, so it is symmetrical. Got the roofing up on top here. I'll need to add in a couple of lanterns for lighting and whatnot, but I think that's going to be a finished bridge. Next step is to see how my horse can get through here, if my horse can get through here. I mean, he can, but I'm probably also gonna go ahead and, I'll push this dirt back a little bit here, just so it gives it enough room for the pathway to come through and horses to get through comfortably. It's kind of a steep incline right there anyway. I think that's gonna just about do it for today's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you for sticking around and watching till the end, and thank you once again so very much for 100 subscribers. That's amazing. I did not think for a minute that I would get to 100. The last time that I did this, I think I had like 3 viewers per video for months. So that's phenomenal. Thank you guys so very much. I really appreciate it. If you want to keep seeing episodes like this and you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the like button as well. It really helps out the channel, makes the videos, you know, push to other people who might enjoy them, other people who might also want to see what I'm doing here. And yeah, alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. You have a great rest of your day. You take care. Bye-bye.